Hello, my name is Dylan Wichmann. I'm a professional hydrofoiler from Cape Town, South Africa, and here are some tips and tricks to help take your foiling to the next level. Now that you've got your pop-up dialed in, it's time to take the next step in your foiling journey, and this is by learning how to pump your hydrofoil. By learning how to pump your foil, you're able to spend much more time on your foil, which allows you to improve at a much faster rate than initially when you were waiting for the sets to come through to eventually get your rides, or when you are relegated to holding on the tow line behind a jet ski or boat. The easiest way to learn to pump your hydrofoil is by going behind a boat. In this way, we are able to use the speed of the boat to provide the efficiency that we need in the foil, to begin by using small pumping motions to begin to feel how the foil moves up and down in the water column. When you begin to feel the foil losing speed, that's when we can start to create a more rapid pumping movement. We do this by basically doing a squat jump on our foil board, and the most important thing is throwing your arms up and down, because this allows you to get the weight off your foil to allow it to rise in the water column before pushing your arms back down to create the downward force that creates even more forward momentum. This is also where I see the biggest mistake when people are learning to pump foil. They try to look to the guys that are more expert level, who have got to the point where they don't have to swing their arms up and down to pump. Again, this is the biggest mistake people make, and by not throwing your arms up and down, you are essentially shooting yourself in the foot, and you'll never be able to efficiently pump the foil enough to keep it up for more than a couple of seconds at a time. After initially learning how to pump behind a boat, we are now able to go into the ocean, catch waves, pop up as I explained in my previous tutorial, and then you're able to ride out into the open face of the wave and eventually turning off the back of the wave, and then similar to whipping off the rope behind the back of a boat, we are able to use that speed of pulling off of the wave to start our initial pumping, and then again, as we feel the foil begin to lose lift, that is when we can start to throw our arms and legs into it a lot more, and again create more forward momentum in our foil. Another important tip with the pumping is keeping the foil in the optimum part of the water column, which is about 15 to 20 centimeters below the surface of the water. If we're pumping and our foil is below 20 centimeters deep, then there is a lot more water essentially on top of the foil, which creates more drag every time we're trying to bring it to the surface. By keeping our foil closer to the surface, we're able to use it much more efficiently and pump further distances with a lot less effort. Now that you have learned how to pump, you are going to be able to spend much more time on your foil. You're going to be able to connect much more waves, and again, as I said at the beginning, it is going to allow you to improve exponentially session on session, as we're able to spend much more time on our foil, and this will allow for us to have much more success every time we get back in the water. I hope that these tips were helpful, and I will see you back here soon for my next tutorial.